So we're gonna get into it. So day 8 Diddy trial. It wasn't really a whole bunch. It was a lot, but it wasn't a lot. It was a lot as far as like, them just laying out the case with the special agent as far as like what he found, which was he testified yesterday. He was the last person on the stand yesterday. That was Special Agent Gerard Gannon from Homeland Security. He was the last person yesterday to testify. So his testimony went into today. Okay, so since it went into today, he also some of the things that was the video where she was talking about all the stuff or whatever. I'm going to actually post some of the actual pictures in the story, in my story, so y'all can see as well. But yeah, so basically he just talked about what was found when they raided the Miami mansion, and also when in the hotel what was found, and pretty much the baby oil, the substances. I'm not going to specify the substances on the live, but it begin with a K, begin with a C, it begin with an M, it begin with an X, and some smoky. Then they also had they found $100 bill rolled up that had a little bit of residue of that white stuff. They found 25 bottles of baby oil, 31 bottles of Astroglide, and 2 rubber duckies. That was weird for me. 2 rubber duckies. What is that about? Yeah, what is that about? What is that about? The 2 rubber duckies with the Astroglide and the baby oil. Like, why do you need this much if you wasn't planning on doing something, But anywho, so yeah, he just testified that the special agent testified from Homeland Security about what was found. After that testimony, there was the doctor. They put on the stand a doctor, Dr. Dawn Hughes. She testified on behalf of the clinical. She does clinical and forensic psychology. She specializes on emotional abuse, financial dependence. She would basically talk on emotional abuse, financial dependence, love bombing, minimalization, power relation, trauma bonds. Basically, they put her on the stand, I guess, to see, to explain the psychology of the victims. So, yeah, but the defense kind of like discredit her. Well, not really discredit her. They kind of like, they kind of got a little win, in my opinion, or a one up with her, because they were like, well, did you even interview, or did you even, sit with any of the victims? And she had not. So she can't really, what can she say? What can she say? So that was that for her. Her testimony was, it explained the psychology behind those type of relationships. It explained that part, but at the same time, like I said, because she wasn't the one that interviewed them, she really can't testify on how they was feeling. She can just say, okay, in her experience with dealing with those type of victims or whatever. But then it came, we all thought that Kid Cudi was going to testify today. He did not. He did not testify today. They're saying that he's going to come on tomorrow, so we'll see. I can't wait to see what he's going to say. But instead, they had a surprise. Witness at the last minute. They had a surprise witness at the last minute, and this guy was he's an ex-Diddy assistant. He said, I wrote some notes about him. His name was George Kaplan. He was a ex-Diddy assistant. He was a chief executive officer, CEO, between the years of 2013 and 2015. He took a plea deal. He took the flip. He pled the fifth, and then he got immunity right then and there. He got immunity. He was subpoenaed to testify, and right then and there, he was a surprise witness, and he got immunity right then and there. And it was signed by the judge right then and there. So he basically just testified in regards to what his role was during that time, and he stated that he set up the hotel rooms, all that. He testified that his job would be threatened monthly. I guess if he didn't do his job right, they gotta be stressful in itself. Like, goddamn, like you working and then your job being threatened every month. Like, yeah, that gotta be stressful in itself. Thank you so much. He testified in regards to the distribution of substances. He testified he met up with people and got this, which is a part of the actual charges in the court thing for the RICO. Yeah, I think they kind of like proved that part right there, because he testified he was moving and grooving, and he was picking up stuff and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? He testified he obtained substances such as the K, the horse tranquilizer, that thing, MDMA, different various pills. Yeah, just like the first assistant, exactly. So that goes to corroborate with the whole enterprise thing, because he's getting these people to But yeah, so he basically corroborated. Like someone just said in here, I think, let me see. Yes, PayMed 11001. Yes, you want it too, boo. I know that's right. At least I know. Well, I know I ain't the only one that just like this daggone thing got me just got me just locked in. I'm so invested. They all corroborate exactly. So that is just building up the case. Honestly, the RICO case has been proven. The RICO case, the prosecution only need 2 of the 8 basically. So it's already been proven. They just stacking it on at this point, And from my understanding, the prosecution has about 4 weeks to, they only need 2, and they already proved that too. Exactly. So the prosecution is just basically at this point just stacking it on. So but yeah, so he corroborated what the first assistant said, and also the distribution of substance charges. He also mentioned the alias, the Frank Black alias, and he also, which I found was kind of interesting as well, is that I guess he was playing off how Biggie used to call himself Frank White. I guess he was playing off of that whole little thing, a little spinoff and all that, Yeah. So towards the evening, they was talking about how that Gina is not going to be there. Like the defense had mentioned that Gina was not going to, I guess, appear. So I guess the defense must be in conversation with her. The prosecution don't know what's going on with her. She's supposed to allegedly be one of the witnesses, but she's not going to be there. And the defense has up until 10 p.m. tonight, I guess, to write an email to the judge explaining why she's not going to be there. Y'all, I think he didn't got to her, and he didn't probably paid her off, and she probably didn't, I don't know. But how is that the prosecution don't know what his witness is, but the defense know? So that makes me believe that that he probably been talking to her. I don't know, you just disappeared. But she playing a dangerous game with the feds. But I mean, unless she planning on going out of the country to another country that has non extradition with us, she probably be all right. She probably can go to Bali with oh boy. They don't have no extradition thing with us. Exactly. She probably gonna be over there doing yoga with Russell and shit. Yep, and the feds. Yeah, I don't know what she thinking, but yeah. So anywho, so what else? Like I said, today really wasn't a whole bunch of like bombshell type of stuff, but it's just basically kind of like corroborating what other people has been saying in regards to their testimonies and just going over everything. So far, they're proving the transportation of prostitution. They proved the bribery part. No, that isn't 50 baby mama. 50 baby mama is Daphne. That surprise witness, yes, definitely shook the, yes, because he didn't want to testify because he was subpoenaed to testify, but he was like, he played the fifth, and that's when they were like, oh, okay, we want to invoke the immunity. He really didn't want to testify at all, but he got immunity because he didn't want to testify to incriminate himself. I don't blame him, shit, because he was literally, I mean, based off of what he's saying, he was literally distributing, but pretty much that's it. And like I said, tomorrow I think they're going to continue on with Kaplan, his testimony, because he came towards the evening part. So they're going to continue on with Kaplan. And then I think Kid Cudi is going to testify tomorrow as well if they don't push that back. Yeah. He was going down as a co-conspirator. Yep, exactly. He said, not I, shit. Not I. I know that's right. They want Sean Combs, not other folks. Yeah, but I believe it's other folks over top of him too. That, yeah. And that's probably who he pissed off. But, that's a whole another topic. That's the co-conspirator part. The two sides for the yep. And what about KK? What y'all think? KK, I think she's gonna flip because her name been coming up all through this as the one that's been either reaching out to other people, getting people to do stuff, and just basically coordinating all of Diddy's movements and stuff. Yeah, she flipped. I think she already flipped. For real, because he already this guy right here, Kaplan. He said that she handled everything. His day-to-day life and all that. She handled everything. So, she got a lot of information, and she can also be held as well. So, and she don't look like the type that's going to probably want to sit in jail for Diddy. And we talking about, we ain't talking about, unless